So I made a video a couple of weeks ago. Obviously, I'm here with Louis.
Hey.
Thought we'd just do another like sit down, chill video because I done one a couple of weeks ago on being a teenager, and it got a crazy good response. So I just thought I'd do another sit down, old school. Did you ever do videos like this? Just sit down and chat.
I came in late to the game, man. So
When I used to upload, I used to just sit and do this, like no editing, nothing, just chat.
Yeah, I think my mum still does that sometimes.
Does she?
Yeah.
Sick. We're going to be talking about making friends and peer pressure and stuff like that in this video. But yeah.
Cool.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Go. So
Okay.
what you going to say? What do you think?
Well,
what's your opinion on making friends? Like in school, we want to talk to you guys about topics, or I do in these videos, about things that you guys can just listen to. Maybe a bit of advice. Maybe it's an insight into something that you haven't thought of before. Maybe it's like, wow, that was the biggest load of rubbish I've ever watched. Dislike. But that's up to you. But yeah, we're going to talk about making friends and stuff.
I think we have both led quite interesting lives and experienced a lot, and we can give you some wisdom on things we've learnt. We might not always be right, but
Yeah, no, definitely not.
I think there's definitely stuff we can all learn from each other.
Yeah.
I'd say in terms of making friends, like I was never someone that felt like I needed to be in the most popular group of kids at school.
Yeah.
But I definitely kind of, I don't know. I don't think I was like just a nerd, like no one liked me. But I think I was quite unique. So I don't know about making friends. I don't know whether I was like consciously like, oh, I've got to make friends.
Got to make friends or just stick with the people.
I think I was just like, I'm going to be myself. And if people want to be my friends, then those are the people I want to be my friends because they're being my friends, not because I'm trying to be anyone else. I'm not trying to impress them, And obviously as a
That's
kid...
good, no, but you don't want to rely a friendship on like trying to impress somebody because then you've always got to keep up that like false like enhanced version of yourself.
Yeah.
You don't want to be able to just be like, hey, I'm hanging out and stuff like that and just chill and have like pajama days and stuff.
And also you don't want to become someone that you're just pleasing someone else's expectations. You're just trying to do things that they will approve of. And I think that's how you can sometimes go down a route where you end up, I don't know, I guess down a bad path,
Yeah. Like just...
But yeah, making friends. I think I've definitely found making friends easier as I've got older because I think people become more mature.
Oh no, definitely.
They're less like, I don't know, at school I feel people are all like in a bit cliquey and a bit like bitchy against each other.
Yeah, in schools they have so many like groups. You're like, oh no, you're friends with that group or this group or that group. When I was at school, I was friends with like a lot of people from like different like groups or cliques or stuff like that. And it wasn't like, oh, Alfie's friends with them lot. I was just friends with like loads of people from different groups. I don't know, I never really saw friendship groups as like defining. I was just like, well, if I get on with that person, I get on with that person. Why am I not just hanging out with both of them? That doesn't make sense to me.
I think something I've learned about making friends as well is like not to put people in pigeonhole people, because I think you can easily look at someone and judge them. Yeah. Just in your head, like, oh, I think I probably won't get on with them, or they're probably like this. But I think you'll find everyone is so unique that I usually find something to connect with someone on.
Yeah, no, there's definitely like a level, and that's why I think like YouTubers often get on so well is because it's like such a big part of our life that we like. So if you guys are like doing like a sport, like you find it hard to make friends, and you both like you do a lot of football, you do a lot of like tennis or something. Then I think that's quite a high like chance you're going to find somebody like a friend that also does the same thing.
What clubs were you part of at school? I was part of chess club.
No, you weren't.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, actually.
In primary school, and I was part of the choir.
That's like the typical
in
like,
high school
chess club. There wasn't even a chess club at my school. Chess is sick though.
But like
chess
Alfie was saying, if you go to clubs that you enjoy or things, there's tons of clubs. I mean, we're referring mainly to school, but even out of school.
I did gymnastics at school. Marcus did the same gymnastics place as me.
Yeah, you'll find people that you naturally connect with at those places. Like I'm thinking, like if I was struggling to make friends, I'd probably make an effort to like go to
more groups. Yeah,
because otherwise the last thing you want to do is just sit on the internet all day. I mean, you can make friends online, but
I mean that's what I do. I understand. Like if you're meeting somebody that has like a massive part of their life is the same as massive part of your life, then of course you're more likely to get on.
Do you know what I found crazy, actually, saying that? sometimes when I've seen, especially like YouTube meetups or things like that, where someone has the thing they have in common is that they watch a YouTuber.
I've
seen make friends
so many times at meetups, and people are like, "Oh yeah, no, I'm just here like making friends."
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah,
I love that. When I see YouTube can be like a real community that people can meet.
Yeah, like people say, "Oh yeah, the YouTube community," but it legit actually can be. Like, I'm not saying this to plug my Twitter or anything, but like people on my tweets when like a viewer is tweeting another viewer, like friendly, like just chatting, and like I'm tagged in it as well, so I can like read the conversation. And they're just like, oh yeah, like this, what you're doing this. And I'm just like, sick. People are just making friends by like watching me. So cool. Something that people were commenting loads on my Facebook was saying like, oh, I don't have many friends. It's hard to make friends and stuff like that. I don't think the fact of having many friends makes a difference. I think
that's true.
If you have one friend that is like absolutely amazing, that's better than like 2,000 friends that are crap and like talk behind your back and all of that kind of stuff. Like, I don't think having a number or like, I've got this many friends on Facebook.
I remember when it was like the cool thing to do was to like try and have as many friends on Facebook as possible. And it was like, I've got more friends than you. But now I really regret adding all those people. No offense if you're one of those people. But now I'm like, I don't even recognise half the people in my Facebook wall, man. I want to like cut down to like 200 friends.
Yeah.
Or less. I don't know. But like, quality over quantity, guys.
Definitely. I definitely think my friends.
And quality is important as well. I think the people you surround yourself with actually is one of the most important things that I've found in life is putting good people around you, connecting with people that you trust, that treat you well, and that don't like abuse you in a friendship on whatever level, psychological, emotional. Those people, like lifelong kind of friendships, you know, like you want to be friends with people like that because that's what you fall back onto. That's what you feel supported by. I felt no matter where, I mean, I'm nomadic at the moment, traveling the world, but no matter where I am or what I'm doing, I know I've got this core group of friends, like just a handful of friends, but I know that they'll always, like whatever happens, they'll always be there for me. You're one of them.
Oh, yeah. That's getting deep, man.
Yeah, it's true, man.
No, that's so true. Definitely, I think like, doesn't matter how many friends you have, as long as they're like good friends, and you'll find them eventually, even if you don't have any like amazing friends now. Somebody could be like an average friend, and then you get to know them a lot better and better and better, and then they're like an amazingly close friend. On to more of the peer pressure-y side of things. I don't know, it's weird because people talk about peer pressure being like forced into drugs and forced into stuff like that. I don't think it has to be that either. It can be like as small as forced into talking about somebody in an uncomfortable way that you don't want to talk about. Like, I know if somebody's bitching about somebody else and you don't want to get involved, but you feel that you have to. Like things like, it sucks, and just do what you want to do. Don't bother giving in because it doesn't really matter. If somebody is like trying to peer pressure you into it, and they know that you're not comfortable and they're still trying to, then I don't think they deserve your time or your opinion or for you to even do what they're trying to make you do.
And I think in the long term, people respect people a lot more that are true to themselves. So if you don't want to do something, but all your friends are like, oh, come on, go, you know what, like whatever it is. And then you give in, and then you change like the stand you've made. Yeah, I feel like you're being a pushover, and like if you really don't want to do something,
don't do it.
Then people will respect that.
No, definitely.
If they respect you,
like when I was in school, like I remember when everybody started like trying cigarettes for the first time and stuff like that, and everyone would be like, "Oh yeah, smoke is really cool. Oh, I have 2 cigarettes a day." I've never tried a cigarette myself. And
same here, never.
Bosh, never tried a cigarette. If you haven't tried a cigarette, well done.
Do you know what my thought was on it? I was like, okay, I don't want to smoke, full stop. Yeah. And then I was like, what if people are like, oh, you might like it. I'm like, well, if I like it, that's probably even worse.
Yeah, why do you want to try it?
What if I become addicted? It's like unhealthy, like, and I don't feel the need to
you don't need it
smoke, so like, why would I try it? Like, it's not something I'd want to get into the habit of.
Yeah.
And I just made that decision early on, and I stuck to it. I was like, nah.
Oh, yeah. No, since like day one, I remember since like when I found out like, about smoking and being bad and everything like that, and people were like, "Oh yeah, you're gonna try it one day," and I'm like, "No, I'm not," and they're like, "Yeah, you are," and I'm like, "Well, put it this way, I don't want to start smoking, and I'm not going to, so why would I try it if I'm not gonna start?" Yeah. That just seems like the stupidest thing.
And people say like you should try everything once, or you know,
not if it's harmful.
Don't disinteressedly try it. But I don't think that's entirely true. I think you can learn from other people's mistakes, and you can learn from just observing. And I observe a lot of people, and I've never had someone that smokes be like, oh, I'm so glad I started smoking.
It's absolutely amazing. I'm so glad.
Or you know, whatever it is, like some of my friends use drugs, and none of them are like, oh, such a good decision.
Yeah,
such a good decision. Most of them are like, such a bad decision.
Yeah, everyone
set me on such a bad route. Do you know what I mean? Like, so learn from other people. You don't need to be peer pressured into making your own mistakes.
Yeah. No, I remember when I was at school and everyone was like started trying cigarettes and stuff like that, and then like years later I'd like go to party and somebody would be like, oh, do you want to go outside for a cigarette? And I'd be like, no, I don't smoke. I've never actually tried it. And they'd be like, whoa, you've never tried it? I'd be like, yeah. They'd be like, oh wow, that's like awesome. And I'm like, and you lot were trying them when you were younger, thinking it was cool, and now I'm the one that's like getting the good reputation for not ever trying it. So that's cool.
On the peer pressure topic, I'm gonna lightly like touch on this, even though I said it is probably a whole topic in itself. But with relationships, for instance, like it's another thing at school. Like you feel this pressure. Oh, I need to get a girlfriend. I need to get a boyfriend. I didn't actually have a relationship really until I was like 21, which is really late. And
no, that's not.
And I don't know if I've told people this, but it's the first time I properly kissed a girl. I was 21. Maybe I was 22. Anyway, all I'm saying is you don't need to feel this pressure like people will judge you if you don't.
Yeah, people are like, when are you going to lose your virginity? All of this. And I'm like, wait, does that affect you? Does that affect your friends? Does that affect our friendship? No. So go away.
It's all down to like, I wasn't bothered. I was like,
no,
I'm very happy as I am right now. I don't want to rush in something that I'm
going to regret or get
worst
thing.
Or get hurt
Definitely.
Or whatever. So anyway, yeah, I was just saying like that's something as well that you don't need to feel a pressure. Sometimes it's not like one person like pressuring you.
No, it's not pressure. It's
a social pressure sometimes.
Yeah, it's just like, known as the thing.
Yeah, there's like this this feeling of like society is expecting me to do something.
Yeah,
whatever it is, could be relationships.
And I'm not going into this
drinking.
topic, but that's like girls being like slim and eating healthy and exercise and stuff like that. Like all the magazines are like posting pictures of slim girls and like. No, not at all. Do what you want to do.
So I think that's not just peer pressure, but like pressure from society in general. Yeah. And I think it comes under the same thing. If you are happy with yourself, I think that's an important thing. Be happy with who you are. And I know it's easier said than done, but if you can find a place where you're confident and happy with the decisions you've made and what, the route you're on, direction and how your life's going, then you don't need to like adjust
that for anyone.
Yeah, you can just be like, I feel the pressure, but it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah,
the pressure's there, but I'm not gonna like react to it and like buckle and be like, oh.
Yeah.
Stay strong, guys.
That's literally all we have. That's everything I can think of.
Yeah.
Okay. Click thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. I feel bad saying that on like a deep video, but if you enjoyed this, then click thumbs up and we can do more.
If it was helpful, what we were saying.
I hope it was helpful. Obviously, and we could be wrong. Say your opinions. Underneath. If you want to know, have a chat between yourselves. Make some friends. If you want to like talk about your opinion on the topic, stuff like that. If you think that we're wrong about something, say it. And don't all argue and moan at each other. Just be honest and say stuff. We don't care. Leave some other topics if you want us to talk about different things, maybe like go into more detail about relationships or talk about confidence or body issues or social groups or something like that. I don't know. You guys know what to do by now. Subscribe to Louis. He obviously makes videos every single day. And yeah.
Yeah. That was fun.
That's it. Thanks for watching. No editing, no cuts, nothing in this video. Wow. See you later, guys.
Bye.
I have people like you're watching me now tell me this all the time to revise, to work harder, do stuff like that. And I mean, I did work a bit and I worked and I got like good grades.